Hi everyone, welcome back to Scrapping Scotland. Welcome to the pigsty that is the shed. Yes, it is a pigsty, as you can see behind me. Not everything here is just for scrapping, because this little baby, I actually got two of these, and they're brand new. Don't know why someone was throwing them out, but I've got this one here. And I've got another one in its box. Brand spanking new, never used. Somebody was throwing them out. Crazy what people throw away, but for me, ideal because it's in a coal shed, or coal pigsty shed, and when it gets a little bit too cold, we'll turn it on and we can keep a little bit warmer than what we would normally do out in the shed scrapping. Anyway, I digress. Why are we here? Well, we're here to scrap, guys. We're here to tear down electronics and get the metals from them, okay? So today, we are going to tear down a cuisine art Breville maker, okay? So Breville maker, well, it's a toasted sandwich maker is what it really is, okay? Now the good thing about these, sometimes the tops like this, they're stainless steel. I don't think this one is. We'll check in a minute with the magnet. But there's definitely aluminium within these things. The plates themselves are aluminium, and I can definitely see that these pieces here are aluminium. Looks like the whole bottom of that is aluminium. It may be plastic, it might just look like aluminium, but I'm pretty certain these bits are definitely aluminium. Those bits are probably plastic. But there's only one way to find out, guys, and that's to tear it down, so there's nothing to it but to do it, and we're going to do it. Okay, so let me adjust your angle for your viewing pleasure. Okay, as you can see, not a lot of space, but you know what, guys, that's loads of space. Loads of space for scrapping. So normally you watch a lot of scrappers, first thing they'll do is cut off that power cord. Okay, pair of snips. Bush, alright? Not me. I take apart the bits that it's connected to, so I get that little bit extra wire without having little small pieces messing around with, okay? So we'll get these off. Now, these are security screws that are in here. Let's see if we can get it close enough so you can actually see what type of screw it is. Okay, so if you can see that screw there, it's a little hex screw and it has a little dimple in the middle. Okay, now if you don't have the right bit for them, they can be a real pain to get out. Okay, I do have the right bit for it. Has a little hole in the top. You can see that? I don't know if you can see that. Ooh. No. Of course, the other method is the Ian Matthews Auber method. Both work effectively, okay? But the Auber method creates mess, and I prefer not to create more mess than what I currently have. So we're going to take this cuisine art apart with a screwdriver. But not with that bit, because it was just spinning and going nowhere. Okay, so all the screws came out with that little bit, apart from one, the duffer screw. The duffer screw is the one that just doesn't want to come out. He wants to sit there, he wants to stay there, doesn't want you to be successful scrapping. He is the anti-scrap god. But we'll get him out, don't worry about that. That just hit me right there. It's a good shot, missed the eye. Yes, I should be wearing protective glasses, you're right. My own fault. possibly next time you see me scrapping, I'll be dressed as a pirate with that eye patch over the right eye. Okay, was a stubborn little fella, but just break the plastic around it, then gives a little bit of give in the screw itself. You can grab a pair of pliers with it and just unscrew it. That's what we did. Okay, let's reveal some electrical connections here now. Looks like they're on a couple little brass pins. We'll change out our drill bit to a standard Phillips. Okay, now that's the end of our power cord. Still have our little brass clips on the end of that. We'll clip them off, and we've got our power cord now just in one piece, not in many pieces. That's everything loosened up there. Okay, we've got our little knob at the front off, our little high, medium, low and off. That's just shred. No stainless there, which I'm surprised at actually. I thought that might have been a little bit of stainless. Okay, and now we're into opening it up from the front. We've got screws here. We'll get them out and see what it does. These plates, they're going to be aluminium. They're not the cleanest at the moment. We can clean them up a little bit, but they're going to be aluminium. That's just a piece of plastic. Okay, the handle itself is plastic, which tells me the outer body itself is all going to be plastic. But I still do think the hinges are going to be aluminium. Okay, I was trying to see a way that I could release that there, but actually what I think I'm going to have to do is take off this top plate, and hopefully underneath that there's going to be some screws that I can get to then release those aluminium plates. Yeah, okay. Plastic is very brittle. Okay, not stainless steel, magnet sticks. Cuisine art for the shred. Okay, what it hasn't done is revealed any screws. I'm therefore a little complexed at how it's attached. As I say, brittle plastic is just breaking apart easily, which may mean the best option is just to bang the bottom of it and the top of it with a hammer just to break it up. However, I don't want to make too much mess doing that. Let's have a look. There's an easier way. There just seems like there's no way to easily remove these plates. They're screwed in from underneath. You can see here the kind of screw pillar that goes into it to keep it there. But there's no screw on top, so it's like, well, how do I release it? There is a little button here. Oh. There's the answer to that question. There was a button. Press the button, release the plate. Okay. Look, there's another button. Press the button, release the plate. Well, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so there's a little screw clip on the bottom of that. We'll get that off. That, folks, is clean cast aluminium. I say clean in the metal sense, not in the it's not had any toasties made on it sense. Stick that to one side at the moment. See what else we've got. So we do have a couple of heating elements here. Those heating elements are not magnetic, so they will be stainless steel. I do have a load of heating elements sitting over here. Don't know if you can see them there, but there's a big pile of them sitting there. It's always the way when the screws are coming out nice and easy and you're taking it all apart, they throw one little security screw in there to try and mess with you. But I'm equipped, I'm ready to go. Okay, so, a couple of screws here. There's a heating element from one side. Okay, this main piece is steel as well. And we check that just so we don't start taking everything off it when actually it's all just steel. So for instance, we've got a couple of screws still in it here. They have little bolts in the back, but as it's all steel, we can just leave them there. Okay, remove that little spring. Yeah. I did think that was a little piece of aluminium, but it's not, it's shred steel as well. Okay, as I said, this is just plastic, hard, brittle plastic, and that just goes in our plastic waste. This piece is a little electrical switch, has a couple of little bits of brass in it. Inside there's a little switch under here. It's got two little silver contacts, so you can take these apart and you can obviously get that little nub of silver off of that. I've got a load of these, I've got a load of switches to do at one time, so we'll just stick that in our switches pile at the moment. In fact, we'll take it out because, well, we're not. I thought I might weigh it, but I'm not going to weigh that, there's no point. Okay, leaves us our final little plate, and now we're going to get all this taken apart just like we did the last one. Okay, so little clips are also just shred steel, they're not stainless. And then finding a little security screw again. Okay, once again we release our dirty stainless steel. And again, this metal is for our shred pile. Not going to mess around with this too much. Some insulated wire there. Remove the wire from the spring coil. So there's our little spring. Again, just shred steel. And then the only thing left here is to remove the hinges. Once again, that's just plastic waste. I did say I think these were aluminium. As you can hear, they're definitely metal. Let's do a little magnet test. There you go, they are aluminium. Okay guys, time to weigh it up. So we'll start off with the aluminium. We have our 2 aluminium plates. And we have our 4 hinges. Altogether it gives me a total of 692 grams, 0.2. That is our aluminium. Shred steel. Shred steel, we have got 437.3 grams. We did have a couple of little switches. It's another kind of small little switch. A couple of things I'm not going to weigh up, guys. I'm not going to weigh up the insulated wire. I'm not going to weigh up these little brass spade pins either. Okay, as they hardly weigh anything, and there's not much value in doing that. But that's it, guys. That was the Cuisine Art toastie maker, or toasted bread, Breville maker, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, you put one bit of bread in the bottom, you put your filling on top of the bread, you put another bit of bread on top, you bring the top down, and it toasts it all for you. So you've got a nice toasted sandwich. It's never going to make a toasted sandwich ever again, because now it's shred metal. So I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. That's the completion of that teardown. Thank you once again for tuning in to Scrapping Scotland. Do appreciate all you guys coming and viewing. If you've made it to the very end of this video, then thank you very much for sticking with me all the way through. If you've flicked to the end, shame on you. But as you've done that, hit that thumbs up. Still give that video a like. And if you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, guys. And we'll see you on the next teardown on Scrapping Scotland.